Hi, Sam Tober, Sound of Joy Music Services, and we're on to our next viewer request. Worthy is the Lamb. And they wanted it in the key of D flat. So I went to the internet to pull the song up so I can hear the different versions of it. And it is a song latent in scales. Probably one of the best songs that I've heard of this praise and worship that uses every element of the scales that you could possibly go for. But now the original song or the version I heard was in the key of A major. So putting it in D flat is just going to change the pitch. Sometimes the different keys are suggested because of the vocal talent in which you have playing it. So let's go to the key of D flat. Let me just turn on another light here. Got to speak to my staff, who is me, to make sure that they have my lighting correct. So the key of D flat, and we're going to do just scales to open up. One octave this time, both hands. I'll go down another octave. Because all the chords you're going to hear are within those notes. So if you can hear those notes by practicing the scales, you will hear the melody and the chords which we will be sharing with you. Right in the scales. We'll stop right there. So we're going to give you what I call block chords. Here's your block chord. You're going to be right there. Right at we're right there where the melody is, but we're going to hold that chord right there. I'll press the actual sustain pedal so that you can see the notes. That's going to be your opening chord. And your whole melody is going to be right there. To give you that also. Because in this song, as I was listening to it, the bottom is always going to be here, and then they'll be adding more notes as you continue. So for those who count the number system, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, and octave 1 or octave 8 or 1, those chords are a derivative of that scale. So you know you're going to be holding that chord for the first part of the verse. Just hold that chord. I'm doing the melody so that you know when you're going to go back to that chord. You're right there. Let me see. Then it's going to call up. Straight 1. Now some might call this the 4 or the 7th. It depends on the lowest note, or the 6th rather. But it's not a minor note, so it's also the 4. That's why the number system sometimes can be deceiving because of the chords you're using. You walking it up. Continue. Again, the lowest note. So those chords are for that part of the song. Now you can switch over to the F. Oh, I'm gonna keep that note down there. Walk it up. Now these chords are in the scale. Don't let anybody misdirect you in telling you that scales are not important. They are the building block to chords. Your chords are coming from some scale. In this case, it's all the major scale. Then you add chords, and chords are basically scale notes played and held longer. All in the scales. Still in the scales. Still in the scales. We haven't left the scales yet. All right. Did I forget any part of the song? Because again, there's really not much to the song. Let me try to remember all the songs, all of the notes. I'm trying to remember the. Let me just cut you off a second so I can just play the song through. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Turn off. Well, that's strange. My mute button stopped working. Okay, I've covered the entire song. Those chords are they're right there. T. Ready? Now, there's not very many. Again, I'm not trying to actually gospelize this song because I try to give the song in the spirit of which it was requested. The original part of the song, gospelizing some of these songs really doesn't help you color the song up because you don't want to take away from the actual lyric content and the power that those who have heard the song in the past might hear it. So you see, I'm not using layered sounds. They use so many layered sounds. There's guitars in the back. There are elements to the song musically from the recording that you won't hear sometimes in your local church settings. But if you know how to use your sustain pedal, then you can go there and do that. And you can hold those, give that sort of pad sound. Just the chords. Drop 2. And don't be afraid to use all the keys. If you have 61 keys, you can still get this song done great with 61 keys, certainly 88. Use the higher notes. The bottom. Walk up. All right, and that should get you through the song. If you like these videos and you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. We take viewer requests. We try to give you 70 to 85% of the songs you request because we want you to be able to use these teaching concepts and apply them to the songs that you want to learn so that you can begin to develop your own touch and feel, but we give you the roadmap through the song, through the scales, through the basic chords from the original recording, and we kind of guide you through from an instructional standpoint. We do have a site called Patreon. Patreon allows you to come to speak to me directly to support this channel directly with a monthly subscription. But with that monthly subscription, we'll break the songs down even more and actually have an actual video of the song in your own personalized video lesson. Consider checking out our Patreon site for more in depth. Of course, we are also available on Skype and on Zoom for personal one on one lessons. Like the video, subscribe, and leave your comments. See you on the next viewer request.